Meteorologist Matthew East here with you. This is the October 7th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. This is a look at the radar imagery from just after 5 o'clock this morning. Some pockets of heavy rain from the upstate of South Carolina down into Georgia, Alabama, back toward the Arklatex region. A closer look here at the Carolinas. And again, just after 5 a.m., we had some showers in the East Tennessee mountains pushing into the North Carolina mountains. This was all associated with a cold front punching in here from the west. And by the way, we'll talk about what's coming up in our weather through the weekend, a big push of cold air next week, the tropics, and a look at the fall foliage, all in this video. So stay tuned. A lot to get into. So again, we have this cold front moving in from the west. That's really going to sweep everything out, bring us some weather changes. The cold front being driven eastward pretty quickly by this big upper level low up in the New England states. That's shoving the front eastward at a pretty good pace. So this morning, we have the clouds and some shower chances around the region, but I think as we get into this afternoon will feature lots and lots of sunshine as that front moves offshore, and it's going to be breezy behind the front as well. Even ahead of the front, some breezy conditions. We could see some winds gusting, especially early this afternoon out of the northwest, maybe gusting to 25 or 30 miles per hour. So pretty breezy as that drier air moves in, but the good news is sunshine returns, and it will be warmer. Highs today in the upper 70s to lower 80s. Now, the area of high pressure settles directly overhead tonight and tomorrow. It will be chilly tonight, lows down into the 40s across the Piedmont, and a beautiful, picture-perfect day tomorrow. Sunshine, and we're talking 70s for those afternoon high temperatures. All right, here comes our next system, and I'll say right off the bat, the weekend forecast is a little tough. For Friday, I can't rule out a couple of showers Friday afternoon or Friday night as this next front begins to approach, but most of us can probably squeeze in a dry day Friday. But over the weekend, the GFS really goes nuts with some rain chances on Saturday. The Canadian doesn't have a whole lot of heavy rain at all over the weekend, and the European model actually emphasizes Sunday as the greater chance of rain day over the weekend. So for this morning's forecast package for Saturday and Sunday, I mentioned a lot of cloud cover. I've emphasized Saturday as the day with the greater rain chance, but don't hold me to that just yet. The weekend forecast is tough. So either way, mostly cloudy, some shower chances Saturday, still a lot of clouds lingering around Sunday, could be a couple of showers around. And here comes a big push of cold air in much of the eastern half of the country. Big area of Canadian high pressure sitting over Missouri here on Monday evening, and that colder air begins to bleed in here. Here we are Tuesday evening, that high pressure sitting just off to our north, pretty expansive and pretty strong area of cold high pressure. And finally, that high moves offshore by Wednesday evening, getting us back into a return flow. The other model is in pretty good agreement there. This is the Canadian model, valid 8 a.m. Wednesday. There's your high pressure center over the eastern part of the country. And note, 0-degree isotherm up at 850 millibars, or about 5,000 feet. So the freezing line up at 5,000 feet, pushing into North Carolina. Again, it did the same thing on the GFS here at roughly the same time frame as well. And the European in pretty good agreement as well. Big area of Canadian high pressure. This is Tuesday evening, settling down. So I think what this means is probably the coldest air so far this season, coming up next Tuesday and Wednesday. And it's a little early for specifics with temperatures, but I think there is the potential for the first frost of the season in some Piedmont locations Wednesday morning. It looks like Wednesday might wind up being the coldest morning. It's still, again, a week away, so don't pin me down, but I think Wednesday morning we could indeed see the first frost of the season in some North Carolina Piedmont locations. We will see how that plays out. All right, fall foliage report. This is courtesy of thefoliagenetwork.com. We are seeing some the trees begin to change over up in the mountains. Not to peak yet, still probably a week to 2 weeks away from the peak in the mountains, and probably 2 to 3 weeks away from the peak of the color in much of the Piedmont. All right, Henri, tropical storm out there northeast of the Caribbean islands. Pretty good flare-up of convection this morning, but it still looks like the future fairly limited for Henri. It's going to battle some really, really hostile upper-level winds over the next day or two, and it could very well fall apart completely over the next 36 to 48 hours. All right, that's it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Everyone have a great Wednesday. Enjoy the sunshine returning this afternoon, and God bless.